everybody. Welcome to today's live. How I'm going to be sharing with you today my 30-minute go live formula. So all of you who wanted and requested the PDF, I'm slowly sending them to you in Facebook Messenger. Just know that because we're not friends, or some of us, if we're not Facebook friends, they're going to be in your other folder, but they are coming. I promise I'm going to get them all to you. I'm going to show you the actual PDF through the training and talk to you about it and walk you through it. And it has a number of things in it. How to deliver your next best live so that you can attract more clients in just 30 minutes or less. And at the end of the PDF and at the end of this particular training, I have a template where I'm going to take everything I teach you, and it's just a template for you to easily refer to every time you're going live. So I'm excited that you're here. Thank you for being here. Let's jump into the training today. I can't wait to share these nuggets with you. Now, the 30-minute go live formula has come from years and years of going live. So for those of you that are meeting me for the first time, I come from a teacher/university professor background turned entrepreneur. I'm a drama teacher, trained actor, trained professional speaker. I have been on stages and I have been going live my entire life. It feels like. And so when I come to you today with these particular traits, they're very easy to implement. It's nothing that you cannot do. It's just putting everything in order so that when you come live, you're able to engage your people. You're able to keep them to the end of your live. You're able to give massive value, show up as the expert in your niche, and bring more clients into your business, which is what we all want. So this particular training goes with this particular PDF. And if you're watching the replay, or if you have to jump off before I'm done here live, all of the videos are always saved inside the guide section in this particular group. So welcome and thank you for being here. When you go live, right? No matter if you have an online coaching business, if you have a network marketing business, when you can go live and do it with ease and do it confidently, the face and structure of your business will change forever. So I want to walk you through maybe what your lives are missing, maybe how to get better at going live and to not worry so much about what others are saying or what you might be seeing on the other side of the screen looking back. I'll tell you, people want you and your content. We worry the most about how we look, how we sound. You're going to hear me stumble over my words today as I'm doing this, and it's okay. It makes us relatable. It makes us real, and it has the ability to change the structure of your business forever. So I'm telling you, and I'm urging you that if you are not going live in your business, not enough people are seeing the face behind the brand, the face behind the business. And that's what people are buying. They're buying you. Yes, they're buying your solution, but ultimately they are buying you because you're the one who's going to deliver that solution, whether it be through products in your network marketing business, or it be through a program that you have devised and now are bringing and sharing online. Either way, people are buying you. And when people are buying you, you need to show up as the face of your business. I would love to know from those of you that are live or watching replay, how many of you are going live consistently in your business? Put me in the comments. And what I mean by consistently, well, it's really what's consistent to you. It may be consistent for you to go live once every day, every week, right? Hi, Ann. Happy Monday. It may be great for you to be consistent by doing a live show once a month. It may be like me coming in here every Monday at 3:30 and doing a live show for you. Whatever your consistency is in your business and how you define it, I want to know, are you going live? And if you're not going live consistently, this particular training is going to change the face of that today. So Anne is going live. Absolutely. Anne is in our Launch It Live Academy. She is going live and she is showing up. But I'm telling you, once you walk away, you're going to have this PDF, which will be delivered to you. And I will show it to you. I'm going to walk you through it. I'm going to show you the 30-minute go live formula as perfected over decades of going live. All right, your lives, let's just talk about this. Your lives need to be entertaining, educational, and inspirational. All three of those things. And you can do it. You might think, I have to do entertaining, I have to be educational, I have to be inspirational. The education, right, is your content. And for a lot of us, that's very easy. You are the experts in your content. But a lot of us think that this entertainment purpose means that we're lighting our hair on fire, we're, dancing, I talk a lot with my hands, you may not. Whatever your entertaining is, I don't mean that, you're putting on a dog and pony show, but you are coming here and we're not like, that famous, famous scene in Ferris Bueller where the man's taking attendance and he's talking all monotone. He's like, Bueller, Bueller, Bueller. Like, we're not doing that, right? We're being entertaining, we're being personable, we're being relatable, we're talking to our people, we're interacting in the comments. And then the inspiration, I think, is twofold. When you are going live and you're inspirational to your people, they can tell. You can hopefully tell my passion for doing something live in your business by being here today. I hope that this particular training shows you that. And so when you're thinking about going live, think about, yes, the education piece, yes, the content, giving some of your best stuff away, showing the face of your brand, your personality, right? Your who you are, and then being inspirational. Let's walk through this PDF that you're going to get. If you want this PDF and you haven't said yes, send it to me inside the comments in the group post. Please just put it in the comments here and we'll make sure that we get this to you. This is a way for you to sell out your business. And I'm not saying that to be facetious. I'm not saying that tongue in cheek. I'm not saying to blow smoke up your ass. I'm telling you that when you place a live launch prior to your offer, like we teach here in running boot camps, you have the opportunity to sell out your business. And if you've never run a 5-figure boot camp launch before, then you're in the right place. You've come here to learn what it is that we do. Now, this 30-minute go live formula is something that you can get used to and you can start to do more regularly in your business so that you're delivering your best self, your best value, your best content, and you're attracting more ideal clients into your business in 30 minutes or less. Now, I'm just using 30 minutes as an arbitrary number. You can tweak this particular formula and you can do 15 minutes, you can do 45 minutes, you can do an hour. It's totally up to you. All right. So let's walk through what we want to say here. Everybody, every single one of you has a story. You all are far more interesting than you give yourself credit for. And when you can go live, like I said, and do it with ease and do it with confidence, your business is going to change. It is. And when you can become proficient in going live and doing it in 30 minutes or less and engaging your people and having them stay and giving them massive value, your business will never be the same. Your business will never be the same. I have seen it over and over again in my own business. I see it over and over again in my clients' business. This has a direct change in your business when implemented. Now, what happens is your lives have to have some sort of structure. All right. They have to have some sort of structure. And as you can see here, I'm going to walk you through, and then I'm going to walk you not only through the structure, I want to walk you on how to engage your people through this structure. And then I want to give you the template of which you can follow every time you go live. All right. So if you're excited for that, let me know in the comments. Let's get going. You want to make sure that your lives have structure. Now, if you hang out with me long enough, you know that I am a woman who can go off on a tangent, right? And so I come to these particular lives with a structure, the exact same one that I'm going to teach you here today. And it is purposeful, it is planned, and it's right? Oh, okay. I promise I will come back to that. Hi, Sabrina. Hi, Sabrina. And it's on point with my brand. It's on point with what's happening. And I think that some of you ladies need to get back into the flow. And this last quarter, and you'll hear me say it from now until the end of December, is a wonderful way for you to elevate your brand and your business. And this is one kind of tool in your toolkit that will, and have in your repertoire that will be of service to you. We need to have what we call a good hook. Now, the hook, when we're going live, has changed. A lot of times when we're going live, we're like, hi, we're introducing ourselves. Can you remember back in the day when we used to wait for more people to come on? And we have this preamble. And sometimes we think we have to have this preamble in our hook in order to get our people to be commenting and to stay and to boost the algorithm, which we'll talk about with engagement. What I want to challenge you to do is to come right out the gate with your hook, which is what you're teaching that day. It's your content. And then the top 3 things that you're going to deliver as a result of that training. Why should your people stay? What is in it for them? What will they be seeing and doing? That's what you want to be sending to them. And so, or that's what you want to be saying to them. So that hook over the years of going live, of Facebook and Zoom and everything, has definitely changed. And I want you to stop doing the introduction, doing the preamble. God forbid you're waiting for people to come on, and just right away, welcome to today's training. We are going to cover this, right? The benefit for them. And in doing that, I'm going to cover this, this, and this. And you'll see the power of 3 and why I talk about it. No matter what I do, no matter what stage I'm on, I follow this exact same template. Just because I'm doing a 30-minute live here doesn't mean that this structure is different from the keynote speech I just did last weekend for an hour. It doesn't mean that it's different from, a Zoom training that I do with my ladies. We always follow the same structure. So this particular hook, right, is it's attention grabbing, but it's letting your people know why they should be here and then why they should stay. So today's training is a 30-minute go live formula. We're going to be talking about structure of your lives. We're going to be talking about engagement, and I'm going to be showing you at the end a template that you can use over and over again to go live and attract the right people to your business. Then what you can do is start your preamble, introduce yourself, say hello to anybody that's coming in the comments. But remember, 95% of the people that are going to watch your trainings, ladies, are probably going to be on the replay. And nobody wants to sit there through the replay, through the introductions, the preamble, all of those things. Get to the point, tell your people what you're teaching, the benefits of which, what they are going to get out of it, what you have for them, and then go through it. Okay, so we definitely need to have a hook. When we're doing our introduction, and this kind of ties in with engagement, of which I will talk about a little bit, because I tell you, like I said, I come from an education background, and having to know how to engage your audience is something that I am very well versed in, whether they are 15-year-olds or they're in university and they're 25-year-olds, or, they're all of you beautiful people who are here learning how to run your online business even more. So what happens is when you have a brief introduction, it is brief. We're not telling our story unless, there's a story of which, or there's a metaphor, there's a learning or a training behind it. But your audience should your introduction story should welcome your audience to what it is that you're doing. So I only go live here. If I was here and on Instagram, then I might, welcome the audience from Instagram. If I was here and doing it on YouTube, I might do the same there. But a brief introduction, right? It's critical, right? To include everybody that's going to be watching so they have a sense of knowing where you're coming from. And that brief introduction, I just wanted to tell you when you came on today that a third going 30 minutes live and having this done well and confident and easily can change the face and the structure of your business. That was my introduction. And I want you to know that I feel wholeheartedly about that, because when you can go live and show up and show people that you can make time out of your busy day to deliver something of massive value, of which we are doing here today, this is what we need to see. This is what people want to see. I want people to see the person behind this brand. I want people to get to know me. I want to get to know you so that we can see if some way, shape, or form in the future, we might be a good fit to work together, or we may not. Either way, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. All right, let's go on to, and again, I'm just going through this really quickly. You can go back and you can take a really good look at everything and all of the things that I outlined for you in this particular PDF. So we already talked about welcoming your audience. See, this is why I like to stick to bullets. Now, the power of 3, you really can't go wrong when you're going live and you have 3 main reasons or iterations or examples or metaphors or bits of a story that back up the main training. Because what I'll often see is that people have a great training and then they're off to the races. And once they start talking, they're off. People are wondering what they're talking about. They've lost track of the title. They've lost track of the theme. They've lost track of the content. But when you go in and it's planned, and you have the power of 3 written down, whether that's a sticky note on the side of your computer, whether that's these banners here that I'm using in StreamYard, whatever it may be, you cannot go wrong with the power of 3. You can't give away the farm. You can't overwhelm, but you can still give enough content and information for people to feel like it was worth their time. So the power of 3 is a beautiful process, kind of way for you to tick off how many things have I talked about in order to back up or to give further value to the topic of which I am talking about. So I love having 3 main bullets or points to discuss for each. And then you want to have a meaningful conclusion. Right? You want to have a meaningful conclusion. What you want to do is sign off saying, thank you for coming, because time is the most valuable resource that people have. They cannot get it back. And when they invest that time to come and watch you and learn from you, thank them for that. Tell them, right? What's their next step? What is the CTA? What is the call to action? Is that leave a review? Is that share this live with somebody else? Is it make a comment? Is it what is it going to be? And then if it's a weekly show or something you're doing consistently, of which you can and will and do once you have this formula, tell them when you'll be back next week and you're looking forward to seeing them on the next training, right? Don't get all nervous and fumbling with the buttons. I remember one of my very first lives that I was doing on here, I couldn't find the end the live button. And I sat there and I rambled and I was like, okay, thank you. It's all over. And some people were leaving. And then some people were like watching me struggle in the show that was happening. And then what I did is I just closed my computer. I still couldn't find it. I was mortified. People are so understanding. It's okay. Have a meaningful conclusion before you end your live, right? Now let's talk about engagement. Let's talk about engagement. So this is what I'm seeing. And this is what I was talking about, having a brief introduction. Engagement is key for a number of reasons. One, you as the presenter don't want to be talking to your computer with nobody answering in the comments, right? So when you sign in or I see you commenting like Anne did, I say Anne, I say her name, and use people's names when you can. Use people's name. The power of the name is so important, right? Take it from a teacher who, right, has to learn everyone's names after the first day, or you're in big trouble as a teacher. You really are, because they will know that you don't know their name and hey, you just doesn't work, right? So it's the same thing. When you want to engage with people, ask them questions, but use their names. you'll hear this old adage and you'll hear me talk about people will work harder for praise than a raise. And so, and it's right there. It's right there on your sheet. So when people are giving answers, or they're dropping emojis, or they're saying me in the comments, or they're doing whatever it is that you're asking on your particular live, say their name. Everybody wants to do it. Now, let's just sidestep here to your introduction. I myself used to do this, and I'm breaking this particular pattern by just getting to the point, like I talked to you at the beginning of your live. But what's happening is some people think that asking people where they're from, or what's the weather like, or I used to do all of these things. That's why I'm laughing. You're thinking that you're getting the algorithm working, but you can actually change the order of your introduction when you're going live. And it may seem like a small thing, but I'll tell you, it'll make a huge difference. So instead of doing all the preamble, asking people where they're tuning in from and all of those things, switch that and put that second, and tell people again the benefit, what they're going to be learning, where you're taking them in this short training, what's the outcome. Because when people are tuning in, usually on the replay, you have the first 3 seconds to catch their attention. You have the first 3 seconds to catch their attention. And so if you're like, hi, everybody, so great to see you. Who's here today? And doing, that kind of thing. And again, that's what I used to do. You're losing people. So get to the point, and you can always be doing the engagement pieces as you're going. You can be asking questions. You can be asking, let me see how much detail I go into here. Okay. And it says, let me go to this one about engagement. You can use things like scales. Tell me on a scale of 1 to 10, how comfortable you are with going live. 10 being the most comfortable. 1 being, eek, I want to hide in my trunk of my car before I have to do this, right? So you can use scales from 1 to 10, like I just asked you right now, to put in the comments, how comfortable are you going live at this point, right here, right now? Are you a 1, I want to hide in my trunk, or 10, I carry a camera everywhere I go, right? Right? So Anne says 7, beautiful, right? So you can do things like this. Now, why do we do this? As a presenter, Royal says 6. So as a presenter, we do this for a number of reasons. So if you understand the algorithm within, Sabrina says 9, I love it. When you understand the algorithm and you're working inside your Facebook group, if you have it, or you're doing a Facebook Live, or you're doing an Instagram Live, whatever it may be, right? What happens is we do this to boost the algorithm. So when people start to drop things in the comments, right, like their name or where they're tuning in from, like we used to do in the past, that's telling the algorithm that people like what you're doing, and it starts to share it to more of your group. So just because I go live in this group doesn't mean everybody in this group gets a notification, doesn't mean everybody sees it. It means quite the opposite. Quite the opposite. Around 1 to 2% of people will see that I have posted about going live today, right? We send an email telling you when we're going live in the training, and we deliver all of that stuff as well. But if you're not in tune with that, then your people are missing out. So the people who come live and invest and want to be there with you, ask them to comment. Now, anybody who is here and who runs a business knows that anything you drop in the comments is a plus for the person who's doing this. And so we give reciprocity, right? When I'm watching a live of someone I know and I want their algorithm to be boosted, I am in the comments, typing what they say, repeating points, dropping emojis, because that's what we do as someone who understands the algorithm as a business owner. Someone who doesn't understand the algorithm, or how it works, or how the boost works, or why we do these engagement pieces, then you're not going to know. Another thing that you can use to your advantage besides the scale of 1 to 10 is emojis. So don't let the algorithm fool you. People used to say on Instagram, if you just drop an emoji and you don't put at least 4 words, the comment doesn't really boost the algorithm. It does that here inside your Facebook group. So, drop your favorite emoji in the comments as we're talking about them. Don't be afraid to show me them, or the first one or the most recent one that you use, right? That's always interesting. The most recent emoji you used in the comments. And when you have people doing that and people engaging by asking them clarifying questions, not only does it boost the algorithm, not only does it make people pay attention to what you're saying, not only does it allow people to feel connected to you. Oh, I love that. But it also allows you to ask questions live about where your people are sitting and feeling about going live, and for you to get that feedback in real time. That's the power of going live. That is so important. Getting that feedback immediately, letting people know, right? Letting people know that you hear them, you see them. This is where it's at. All right. Another thing you want to do is keep your energy high. And I know some of my introverts will say, well, Lori, I'm not as excitable as you. I don't talk with my hands like you do. As long as you're not pulling out the Bueller, you're going to be fine. Not everybody likes someone who's excited. Not everybody likes someone who talks with their hands. So use your personality to your advantage. Don't pretend to be somebody. Don't show up all shits and giggles and smiles if that's not what you do. Don't have to light your hair on fire. You don't have to have all the gadgets. You don't have to have the fancy banners. You don't have to have the countdown. Just do you simply at the beginning, because all people really care about is you and your content, right? You and your content. And so that's what we're talking about here. And again, I talk about with step 1, you can start with a qualifying question for people after you've done your introduction. You can use scales, you can use emojis to your advantage. And what happens is when we're thinking of these things, a lot of us, what I ask my ladies to do is once they have their content plan, is to go in and purposely put several times throughout their live where they ask for that engagement, where they're asking a question. They're asking on a scale of 1 to 10. They're asking to drop your favorite emojis. They're asking for the engagement, because don't assume everybody knows that the tips and tricks of engagement. Don't assume everybody maybe is able to do it at that time, but plan it in your lives. Plan it, right? Ask the people the questions, tell them what to do, get their engagement. And as you go live, the more you go live, the better at this you're going to become. So if you haven't done it in the past, you can go out and do a live today and you can follow this particular template and you can begin to crush it. You can have this up, you can laminate it, you can put it on a Google Doc. You can do whatever it is that you need to do to make you feel comfortable when going live. Remember, you're starting with a hook, right? And a lot of times, ladies, that hook is your very title to your live. So sometimes you have to zhuzh it up. You have to Gucci it up a little bit, right? You have to say, like today, it was the going live 30-minute formula, how to attract your next best client, right? Sometimes we have to sit back and think about, what is it that I'm teaching? What is it that I'm offering? What are people going to be able to get out of this particular live? And so we have this go live template for you so that you have your hook, and now you get to your introduction. And sometimes you might be thinking, well, that's kind of, this is intuitive. And sometimes it's not. Sometimes when you're just starting going live and you're a little bit nervous, having this template is really handy, right? You get to stay on track, you get to stay on pace, and you get to time out your live better, right? I have 20 plus years of doing timing, right? So I started at 3:30. I know that half an hour is 4 o'clock. I'm 2 minutes over. So I have to get to the point and wrap this up. If it was 15 minutes and I still had 15 minutes more to go, then I know that I have to expand about what I'm speaking, but that will come with time. And you could literally take the hook, the introduction, the welcoming of the audience, the three bullets you're going to talk about, and your planned conclusion. And you can break that down in a 30-minute template or time frame and say, okay, for my hook, it's just going to be my title and I'm going to mention it. That's literally going to take me a minute. The introduction I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about what they're going to get at the end of this and the 3 points of which I'm going to reference. And then you welcome your audience, you speak to your audience, you have your engagement pieces in here, and then you cover, boom, 1, 2, and 3, so that you're not overwhelming your people, you're not giving them too much, you're not giving away the farm, and you're able to hit this 30-minute live formula with ease. With ease. And so you can walk away with this go live template knowing that the next time you go live, you're going to crush it. And I tell you, the better you get at it, the more you do it, the better you'll get at it. And there's no other way around it. You will not get better going live if you don't show up, right? You don't show up. Make sure you don't have any spinach in your teeth. You're good to go, right? People just want you and your expertise, and you have so much knowledge and so much content to share. Do some of it live. Use the template, do some of it live, and go out there and crush it. Now, when you're going live, that's a whole other piece of like, what do I do? Where do I put my light? Where do I put my desk? That's okay. Just experiment, walk around your house, try to find the good places. You don't need to have a light. You just need to have a window, right? There's so many easy ways to do it. Just keep it simple at the beginning. Don't overwhelm yourself when you're starting. Don't overwhelm yourself when you're going live. Just turn on the camera and deliver your best self. I'm very excited for everyone who is here today. I cannot wait to see you next Monday at 3:30 here inside the Launch It Live Simplified group. And if you want the PDF that I just showed, put it in the comments, let me know, and we'll send it to your Facebook Messenger. Toot sweet. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.